Episode 6 proved to us beyond a shadow of a doubt, see what we did there, that Sung Jinwoo is a hunter that can now handle most dungeons by himself. I mean, he cleared a C-rank dungeon by his lonesome and even killed 8 seasoned hunters far above his official ranking, 6 in the anime. But as is true for most gifted individuals of the world, once our talent starts shining like a beacon, it attracts the attention of thousands of malevolent moths that will try to steal it from you, or worse, kill you for it. That's the reality that awaits Sung Jinwoo now that he's crossed over to the other side of power scaling, because he's currently being targeted by one of the most prominent hunters in the world. But if we've learned anything from this anime, it's that our protagonist is no longer willing to back down, now that he has the power to stand up for himself. So, what will Sung Jinwoo do about the threat to his life in episode 7? Let's find out in this short preview, and before you go any further, spoiler warning, because there will be a lot of those in this video. The threat to Sung Jinwoo's life. Hunter Hwang Dongsoo eyes Korea. Episode 6 ended on this man's back, so we figured we should begin this preview video with a breakdown of just who he is. You'd probably know this already if you've been keeping up with our solo leveling content, but that burly back belongs to Hwang Dongsoo, the only Korean S-rank hunter that doesn't work for Korea. Being a hunter is a rather profitable job, especially if you have a high rank, but for lower ranks like Hwang Dongsoo, resorting to illegal activities during a dungeon raid was the only way for them to make a decent profit. Dongsook's brother, Dongsoo, has no such problem though, because he holds the highest possible rank amongst hunters that isn't nation level, and he being in America is just fitting for his personality, because Hwang Dongsoo is a man that lives to breathe fear into others' lives and takes pleasure in causing them pain. When Dongsoo was offered the chance to join an American guild because of his rank and nature, he hopped on that opportunity and migrated to the States, being perceived as a traitor by the Korean Hunter Association thereafter. Even his brother Dongsook hated the fact that Dongsoo had gone against their country. Korean pride is a real thing after all. But the reason Dongsoo did what he did was because of where the offer came from. The Scavenger Guild is by far the largest and most powerful guild in America, and by joining them, Dongsoo could maximize his potential for making money and hurting fools. But even a money-grubbing bastard like him will pause when it comes to losing a family member, and that's why Dongsoo is a featured topic in our video. There's no love lost between he and his brother. You could have probably guessed that just by looking at how desperately Dongsoo wanted to outshine his younger brother. But blood is blood, so as soon as Dongsoo got word that his big bro had died, he instinctively knew something was fishy. Dongsoo is a connected man. He can get his hands on info related to most dungeon-related happenings in Korea. So when he learns that the only survivors of the dungeon that allegedly killed his brother were a D rank and an E rank, he immediately figures out that they must have had a hand in killing Dongsook. Dongsoo's despicable, but his instincts are sharp, because his theory that his brother had been trapped by Jinwoo and Jinho wasn't exactly wrong. Fighting Jinwoo is like trying to break out of an unbreakable cage, so in that aspect he's right. What we can't wait to see animated is his arrival in Korea, because Dongsoo is a bigger menace than Toji Fushiguro, and his presence will heat things up quite a bit. Hell, it might even give Woo Jin-chul IBS. And speaking of Woo, the man who survived 2 miracles. The Hunter Association's hunt for Jinwoo. Towards the tail end of episode 6, we saw Jinwoo and Jinho giving an account of what happened within the dungeon to a Hunter Association member. The details were altered, of course. They didn't want to implicate themselves in murder. Even Jinho isn't that simple. But the reason that happened was actually shown to us in that same episode, and that is Woo Jin-chul. Throughout episode 6, we saw Woo chauffeur President Go Gun-hee around town and pick his brain on certain philosophical matters, but it's all a preamble for his reacquaintance with Jinwoo, and we say reacquaintance because they've met already. It happened right after the double dungeon incident. Woo Jin-chul was the only one who evaluated Jinwoo for a reawakening, and having concluded that that wasn't the case, thanks to Jinwoo's mana reading still being abysmally low, he was satisfied with chalking up Jinwoo surviving an S-rank dungeon to coincidence and sheer luck. That opinion of his doesn't change in the manhwa when he's informed that Jinwoo has once again been a part of a peculiar dungeon incident. But what does make him reconsider that is Hwang Dongsoo's potential arrival in Korea. Jin-chul knows what an explosive element that Dongsoo can be. In this series, America is not part of an international treaty that prosecutes hunter crimes, so if Dongsoo were to commit atrocities on Korean soil, there's a chance he'd get away with it because his trial would be in America. And so, even if he doesn't believe that Jinwoo is reawakened, he'll be keeping a close eye on him anyway, given the threat to his life and Korea's reputation on the whole. But he will also realize that his initial assessment of Jinwoo's power was completely off the mark, and he should have listened to his subordinate when they asked him to pursue the Jinwoo case a bit more seriously, because turns out, this man has no intention of stopping his climb to the top, and that also involves hacking into the system. Let's see how far he can go. Jinwoo's rise to S rank begins. The title for episode 7 is Let's See How Far I Can Go, and it's an appropriate title because after clearing that C rank dungeon, this is what's on Jinwoo's mind. Before this, he had doubts regarding whether he'd be able to do such a thing or not. Now, he knows he can, so he'll be doing just that. Jinwoo realizes that his situation is unique. He's not a reawakened hunter because power rankings in this world are pretty much set in stone, and even if you jump from E rank to A rank, you won't be able to go higher than that unless you reawaken. But Jinwoo can keep leveling up as much as he wants so long as he keeps playing the system's game, so he knows he's unique, which means he has to be very careful about who he chooses to do business with going forward. Dongsook's dummy mission got him a decent payday with which he'll be treating his sister, but now that we know just what it takes to clear an official gate, he knew he was going to have to be practical as well as self-serving. Most of the top guilds in the world have their leadership, funding, and targets all figured out. If Jinwoo were to join the White Tiger Guild, the Hunters Guild, or even Dongsoo's Scavengers, he would have to work under someone else, and that just wasn't going to work. If he wants to keep his unique status as a solo leveler a secret, he'll have to work with someone whom he can completely rely upon to keep his secret, someone who's seen what he's capable of and isn't crazy enough to even try and take him on. Someone with enough money to start a guild of their own, but not enough spine to lead it in all aspects of a guild's operations. Lucky for him, he just saved a guy like that from being killed, Jinho. Jinho's dad is the owner of a massive architectural company in Korea. He has the funding to create a guild and the subservience Jinwoo needs to conduct his business without concern. Because the main reason he wants to clear more dungeons as quickly as possible isn't just money, it's also to increase his levels rapidly. The system works like a video game. It rewards him for completing tasks, gives him skills and items that help him fight off enemies without struggling too much, and it even purges all sorts of poisons and illness-causing agents from his body, much to Jinwoo's annoyance, because this means he can't get drunk. But in every video game, there are your main quests, and then there are the hidden quests that give you far greater rewards than if you do the regular stuff, but also involve a greater element of risk. In episode 7, Jinwoo will stumble across one such hidden quest, which will make him realize that he is nowhere near being where he wants to be at as a hunter. He can clear C-rank gates, sure, but to become the real deal, clearing up S-rank gates was where it was at. The opening sequence of solo leveling showed us just how devastating an S-rank dungeon break can be, and Jinwoo is acutely aware of the ant-led desolation of Jeju Island. More than that, his hidden quest will make him realize his current level and motivate him to rise far above it, because as things stand right now, Jinwoo cannot take on S-rank bosses. Leveling up is the only way for him to do that, hence the title of the episode, and why Jinwoo is about to enter a demonic wasteland. He's just lucky that the system's instant dungeons come with keys that he can use at any time he wishes, because otherwise, he'd have to focus on keeping people alive rather than leveling up himself. Marvelous verdict! But as for this video, that's all we've got for you guys. Let us know what you think about Jinwoo's solo leveling adventures and how it's unfolding in the comments, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more solo leveling content, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, keep leveling up.